So what's new in the world this week? Well, we finally got a ceasefire deal. Oh, that's awesome. And we had like 40 world leaders here to sign that peace deal. And Trump was there too. Also for the US, we kind of fired so many people in the Department of Education, like people who help kids with disabilities. Seriously? Bro, our government is just a weird mess in here. Okay, but there is a lot to talk about today. Also, guys, sorry for missing Monday's episode. We got a lot of DMs asking where was Monday's video. And yeah, honestly, I was sick. Like, my voice is a little funny right now even, but we're still doing this video. And let's start with the first story. So finally, there's a ceasefire in Gaza. What will happen in phase 1? Well, the ceasefire will start. Israel's defense force must be pulled back to an agreed yellow line in Gaza. Troops must be out of dense urban areas. Hamas will also release the 48 hostages, 20 who are alive and 28 who died. And in exchange, Israel will release 2,000 Palestinian prisoners, including all women and children who were arrested. Why were children even arrested? No idea, but they've done horrible things. But anyways, also Rafah crossing is going to reopen and 400 to 600 aid trucks will come in aid. And also the US is supposedly going to monitor this ceasefire to make sure that it doesn't get broken. But yeah, that's what's going to happen for phase 1. But what will happen in phase 2? Well, there is an issue that hasn't been resolved yet for phase 2. It's the demilitarization of Hamas. So yeah, we will see if they will agree on that. But also in phase 2, more prisoners will be released and Israel should be fully out of Gaza. Phase 3 will have the 20-point framework that is made by Trump and will have a new board of peace that Trump will lead and Tony Blair is a member of. Don't know, Tony Blair is a former UK Prime Minister. Like, why should he be a member of this board? Like, this board is technically gonna look over what's happening in Gaza, so why is he there? No idea. Seriously, shouldn't Palestinians be the members of their own board of their own country? Anyways, for now at least we have a ceasefire and hopefully it stays calm there. And yeah, let's go to the next story. So regarding the Palestine peace deal, 40 world leaders went to Egypt, including Qatar's Emir, Turkey's president, Italy's president, France's president, obviously the US's president, Trump, and a lot more people. And the purpose of this was to sign the peace deal. And they actually signed it. They did. And apparently it's a historical moment, but still, people are kind of worried. And if you want to ask why, well, because can you really trust that the ceasefire will stay? Like, can you really trust them? Can you really trust that Israel will keep its word and not attack? Probably not. But let's hope that for now, Palestinians can live peacefully after 2 years of a horrible genocide. Hopefully now it can get a little better for them. Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the next story. You know how much Trump wanted to win that Nobel Peace Prize, right? Well, he didn't win. The person who won it is María Corina Machado, who's a Venezuelan opposition leader, and she apparently fights for fair elections and democracy in Venezuela. And she's standing up against Nicolas Maduro, who is Venezuela's current president, and also he is someone who has an arrest warrant by the US. So yeah, Venezuela's president and the US are not really close at all. Like, they actually hate each other. And she's the one who's standing against him in Venezuela. And apparently she won the Nobel Peace Prize because she spent a long time pushing for democracy and human rights in Venezuela against Maduro. And also because she remained in Venezuela despite the threats that she got. So yeah, she won it. But damn, Trump really wanted to win that thing. Like, he campaigned for that Nobel Peace Prize harder than he campaigned for the elections. And he said that he ended 8 wars since taking office. And he's been saying that he deserves that Nobel Peace Prize, but in the end, he didn't. Like, the White House even criticized the Nobel Prize Center. I don't know who exactly is, but anyways, they criticized the people who give the Nobel Peace Prize because they didn't pick Trump. But surprisingly, Machado, who won the prize, was like, I dedicate that prize to the people of Venezuela and to Trump. So she kind of dedicated the prize to him. Like, she did save herself by doing that, but also Trump did support her before. Like, for example, he warned Maduro not to harm her back in January, and she's been praising Trump for supporting her and supporting Venezuela's democracy, so yeah, maybe Trump will not be mad at her. We'll see. We know how much Trump wanted to win that prize, but what do you guys think? Like, did she deserve that prize, or did Trump deserve it? Let me know what you guys think. And anyways, let's go to the next story. It's a wild one because Peru's president, Dina Boluarte, I really hope I pronounced that right, got removed from her position. Like, yeah, she got kicked out. Boy, she was a bad president. Like, she had a lot of scandals. Like, apparently she got accused of getting expensive Rolex watches and jewelry as bribes. And there was a wanted politician who was secretly taken in a presidential car, possibly with her approval. It's a crazy one because she apparently left her job for like 2 weeks to get a plastic surgery on her nose. And the problem is she didn't even tell Congress. Like, nobody knew that she's going, and she didn't even assign anyone to take her place while she was gone. Her excuse was that, oh, it's for her health, it's something medical. But the surgeon who did the surgery was like, no, it's it's cosmetic. Like, it was not medical at all. Like, damn, she was a bad president. And Peru's Congress knew it. Like, they had enough of her, and they voted to remove her. And the vote easily passed because everyone just had enough of her. This isn't new in Peru. Like, since the year 2000, 7 different presidents have been arrested or investigated for corruption or human rights issues. And one president even took his own life when the police came to arrest him. Like, bro, what is happening in Peru? Like, Dina, the president who just got kicked out, became president after the former president Pedro Castillo was arrested and kicked out. And now she is gone. Like, she was only president for like, what, 3 years or like a little bit less? Like, in Peru, even people joke that the president's job is the most dangerous job in the country because of how crazy it is. Peru now, the president of Congress will be an interim president until they make new elections. So hopefully he doesn't get arrested, but we will see. Good luck to you, buddy. And anyways, let's go to the next story. So there's another country that had its president gone, and that country is Madagascar. And apparently its president, Andry Rajoelina, I guess that's how you pronounce it, escaped. Like, he fled the country. But what actually happened? Well, back in September, Gen Z protesters decided that they had enough of the corruption that was going on in the country, and they decided to protest. And the protests, well, the protests were not pretty because unfortunately 22 people were killed in those protests, and that obviously got people even angrier because the corruption was already bad, and now with the people getting killed, well, they had enough and they were protesting hard. So the president was like, okay, let me try to calm down the people. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna fire the whole government. Like, he fired his whole government. But people were like, yeah, that's not enough. We want you out as well. So the president was in a bad situation, but then suddenly the military decided to join with the protesters, and their leader, Colonel Michael Randrianira, said that the army won't fight its own people anymore and that the army is gonna side with the protesters. The president saw all of that and he was like, oh damn, I gotta get out of here. And he escaped. Apparently he took like a French plane or something and he escaped out of the country. So now Madagascar will have the military ruling until they have their elections. And yeah, their president is gone. Like, bro, Gen Z protesters are crazy. Like, those protests are actually working. That's wild. Anyways, I hope it goes well for Madagascar, and let's go to the next story. Okay, this one is a little messed up because the Trump administration fired everyone who works with kids with disabilities. Yep, that's true. Because, you know, in the US, they have a government shutdown, and they were like, okay, we're gonna have a lot of layoffs now. Well, a lot of those layoffs came in the Department of Education, which is a part that Trump already wanted to get rid of. So yeah, they were getting a lot of people out of the Department of Education. But there's a specific office in the Department of Education called the Office of Special Education Programs, which works with kids with disabilities and special needs. Well, that office is gone. They fired everyone in that office. And apparently that office protects like 7.5 million children with disabilities. Like all the experts dealing with children with autism, ADHD, deafness, or any disability is now gone. There is no one who knows how to deal with that because, well, the US wants to save a little bit of money. But the problem is the US has a law that says that every child with a disability has a right to a free and appropriate public education. But here's the twist. The law also says that there must be an Office of Special Education to enforce it. So by firing everyone in that office, the US government is technically breaking its own law. The US government care? Not really. And who's gonna get affected? Kids with disabilities. Anyways, that's just a little messed up. And let's go to the next story. Okay, France's government is really weird because the Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, who was just picked in like September 2025, quit. Like in 2 weeks. He was like, I can't do this anymore. Why? Because he picked some ministers for the government and the people in the government were like, nah, we don't like your picks. So I don't know if he got offended or he got upset or whatever. So he was like, okay, I'm quitting. Seriously. But then France's President Macron went to him and he was like, please come back and try again and please don't quit this time. Seriously, that happened. And yeah, the Prime Minister, Lecornu, actually came back and he picked some different ministers this time. And guess what? People were not happy with his picks this time either, but he actually did not quit this time. Honestly, chat, a round of applause to him for not quitting. Good job, bro. Yeah, those are the politicians nowadays. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know this story, and yeah, let's go to the next story. Okay, enough politics and let's talk some anime. I kind of like this story because the new Demon Slayer movie became the 5th highest grossing movie this year. Like, and it's the biggest international movie ever in the US. Even surpassed the 1999 Pokemon movie, and I think all of us watched that movie. But yeah, the Demon Slayer movie now is kind of crazy. And as someone who watched that Demon Slayer movie, I can confidently say it's the one movie I watched this year that did not disappoint me. Okay, also Superman and How to Train Your Dragon were kind of nice, but the Demon Slayer movie was actually something else. And the numbers can tell, like till now, that movie collected $648 million around the world. Damn, like that's an anime movie with a budget of like 20 million. That's it. First time in like a decade, a superhero movie is not in the top 5 movies, and instead an anime movie is. That's kind of crazy, but also there are some good things that are gonna come out of this, but I think some bad things as well. Let's start with the good things. First of all, the animators will finally get paid more, or they should at least get paid more, because those anime movies make a lot of money now, and those anime movies also should be better in the future, so that's a good thing. And also no one can make up anime movies anymore because they're in the top 5 movies of the year. So yeah, that's a big change to the anime community. But for the bad things, well, in my humble opinion, I can see it coming that a lot of anime now will just be like, okay, we're gonna make movies instead of a show, which will make us wait a lot longer. So that's a bad thing. And they're also gonna milk it. Like, they're gonna milk it a lot. Like, maybe in 5 years, 10 years, you're gonna go to the movies and you're gonna see like 10 anime movies playing in the theaters. And when you see this, remember, I said that first. Okay, I don't know if someone else said it, but remember, Omar said it first. If you see 5, 10 anime movies in the theaters, yeah, that's them milking it. And I know they're gonna milk it, but I don't care. Demon Slayer movie is in the top 5. And that's kind of crazy. It was a good movie. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, sorry for missing last Monday, but I will see you again next Monday. Actually, before that, we are thinking of making a long video about countries' old flags, because a lot of you guys have been commenting about the countries that you want me to make the flags videos about. So we're gonna make a long video about it. So let me know which country should be the first one in the long video series. And yeah, see you guys very, very soon.